back to Spect. So you spotted the code, and because you spotted the code, I'm going to go through one of the collector's items from the Conquest magazine. Now, I haven't really shared this, as a lot of people shared it and they've kind of had their thoughts on it, and I didn't want to kind of contaminate mine. And I've saved it so I could try to be as objective as possible. And I want to share this with you and just take my time. It's not a case of rushing, but I really just want to appreciate the artwork. A lot of people discuss lore, they talk about stats of the games and the numbers, but they miss out on the artwork, and sometimes, as they say, the old cliche, a picture can tell 1,000 words. So I'm just going to go through the artwork, have a look, and tell you what I think. Yeah, how fresh that is. Now, I did actually win a copy of this from another channel on YouTube. I'll put the link in the description below if I can find the channel. And my daughter saw it and she wanted this, so I'm actually going through her one. I've still got my copy wrapped. And this was supplied on the Conquest magazine or from Hatchet, and they charged you, I think it's like £7 or £15, I can't remember which one. And it was just an auto include unless you opted out. Now they are doing that again in the future with another book, but I think I just want to enjoy the artwork. And even from this, I can really tell the story which is erupting and growing. So this is the artwork from the Dark Imperium box set cover. And we're going to get most of these models in the Warhammer Conquest magazine series. And it's nice to see the artwork without any kind of blemishes or additional things in the way, or even taking that excitement just to get it out of the box, just to look at it. And you can see the conflict just there. It's almost like a clear river runs between, dividing line. It just draws your eyes to the center point here. Just there you go, right down here, right to here. Even the spikes are pointing there. It's kind of a clever piece of artwork, which means that your eyes are focused here. It means you're focused on the two combatants. It's a very nice piece of artwork. Very strong color usage there, and it's nice to see the blues and greens together. And they've managed to keep the background, you know, just intense enough in color, in warmth, but not to dominate and lose the characters out front, because the Death Guard is green, so you've got a base containing their yellow, and it hasn't swallowed them up. It's a nice piece of work. I can see why it's on the box cover. We have the Conquest poster. Again, that's from the Codex covers for the Space Marines, but that's the poster from Conquest. And that just kind of says it all. Everything crashes and burns, and they're just going on. It's a lovely piece of work. Alright, we have here the interior, I think, of the Dark Imperium set. That's right. It's interesting. Now this is some form of artwork that I'm not heavily into, but you can see all the items there. When you're painting them up, you've now got the actual colours that you can work with and see. All the litanies, and, purity seals, marksman's relics, you know, servo skulls, all those things you can see up close, because normally they're so tiny on the model. We have more artwork there of a Primaris Space Marine. Yes, with a stalker pattern bolter there, or bolt rifle. Whichever one that may be today. And what's he standing on top of? Some sort of weird warped corruption there. Hey, look the Reavers. This Alex Boyd has done a fantastic job. Very clean, simple, not overcomplicated. I just wonder if that was computer based. Might be, might not. Space Ninja. What's this? same artist again. Likes to draw attention there. And it looks like the only escape is right here from this massive battle. But it looks like it's almost like a worldwide battle. Even got Matarian in there, almost hidden. That's nice. And this is your simple, I'm pointing at you, you're pointing at me, I'm the good guy, you're the bad guy, but it's to shoot each other's faces. I'm impressed by the rust work and all the weaponry there. And pauldrons. I just caught the slime there. That might be something to add to the start, add into the models. Some slime. I do add drips, but not slime. So this is where you can get ideas when you're painting your models, especially up close for Death Guard. See, like there, the paint's chipped away. It's a really nice piece of work. You got your Pox Walkers in the back there. It's nice. I mean, that gold's a bit flat, but otherwise it's a nice piece of work. So Igor Sid has got Guilliman versus the Black Legion, and this is actually really currently relevant to the Vigilus set, Shadow Spear, which I definitely will be picking up, but I've tried to maintain my hobby loyalty in the sense of finish what I'm working with before moving on. So this is the solar system. For those of you that have, and again, you guys know this by now, it's inside the magazine, it's inside the book. And what I say is, with the Cicatrix Maledictum, how it's changed the whole kind of empire, the Imperium, it's actually quite impressive. And I just wonder how the dynamics are going to change, even against the Tyranids in the future. Because you've got lots of choke points, but when we're talking space, we're talking three-dimensional, and this is a very flat plane. So I wonder if this is all-encompassing versus just like, you know, just almost a two-dimensional rift. Got some more artwork there. Very nice. Primaris Captain. Some nice work there. Guilliman versus Scarbrand. Now we know who wins, but legitimately that fight doesn't look like it's going to do too well for Guilliman. But we've seen Fulgrim take down an Eldar knight equivalent, so it's not beyond. It's not beyond. This is a nice piece of work. Look at all the action and motion. I know some of these are blurred, but this right here, this has got a lot of motion in it. I like that. Let's continue. Got more ultramarine work there. And this is more like the classic old style that you get. That's kind of nice little homage. Got character busts here, just for armor concepts. Okay, that Imperial Fist does look pretty good there. Looks pretty mean, but I think it's just the face breather, the rebreather, the face mask. Nice colour contrast there. Okay, so we've got our Silver Templars. Nice warning colours from nature there. You've got your Ultramarines. You've got your Nova Marines. Your Predators of Orpheus. Silver Skulls, and the Genesis chapter. That looks like they've stolen that right from the Blood Angels. Actually, the what's that? Predators of Orpheus. Hopefully I said that first time around. It's actually surprising to see the bolter in a blue colour. I don't see that very often. We have the popular two there, which is Imperial Fists and Crimson Fists. Now I actually really like the look of the Hammers of Dawn, and I was going to use these as my Primaris army, and then I decided to change my mind and go for the Sons of the Phoenix, which I think I've mentioned a few times, which is why I've got the tutorial for the candle. Like that, the invaders. Sounds like old school comic there. White Scars, another classic. Solar Hawks. I like the idea of the name. I don't feel the colour matches the name though. The Destroyers. Alright. Storm Reapers. Very White Scars. Very White Scars there. You can see there between the two. But I think the black and white always works really well. It's good contrast. Works well on the eye. So we've got there some imagery from space. The Space Hulk. Space Hulks are massive, massive ships which have collided, joined, been warped, and merged with other ships, and junker ships and pirate ships just boarding and getting trapped and all sorts of stuff. But sometimes they become infested with things from the deep beyond, namely gene stealers, and that's when you send in the Terminators. Not gonna say it again. Terminators. Oops, I said it again. Terminators. Okay. So we see the Imperial Fist doing a thing. You got an apothecary there. And I think we saw a close-up of that in the actual apothecary issue of Conquest. Got Death Guard here. That's just beautiful. It's really hard to work with so many greens and still have detail. I mean, look at that. Nice. Nice little bit of detail here. Work. Logos. He's even taking the time to put in the flies. You can use this as base ideas for using like weaponry colors, spikes, or fetishes, so to speak. So got a Plague Marine there. Poxwalker. Just love that it's standing on these weird warp distortions. It's great. Makes me want to go back and redo the bases. So Death Guard versus Tau. It's just lovely work there. It must be really bad to see a Hellbrute like marching its way towards you. Like you realise that thing is just not human. And it's going to get you no matter where you go. We have the Plague Planet here. We have Mortarion, Primarch, or the Demon Primarch. He's not happy with the warp powers he's got, but he will use them. So we have the Blightbringer, and I actually like that piece of work. And not the yellow plasma. I think that just seems right for Death Guard. Yeah, Catherine O'Connor. Done a good job here. We've got Lord of Contagion. I think that acts as a Man Reaper. But whatever it is, that's just horrible. It looks like it's got mini gears on the inside just to chew you up more. It's nice. And we've got a nice piece of artwork here by Thomas. Again, that green combination works so well. It presents a lot of power and motion in some of these images. Like you see the Nurglings are moving out the way. And then this is one of my favourites. It's Dave Gallagher. And there's the Biologist Putrefier. Now that, I think I even said this when I first saw it. That is just beautiful. Wow. It's, sometimes you see things and it just... I mean, look. There's motion, but there's a pile of bodies. The bodies are like, dissolving. He's got the cultists behind him, moving along. You can see all the plagues leaving the body, the flies coming. There's a swarm of darkness, the liquids, the tentacles, the everything. There's, shadows aren't even really dark black, so to speak. They're more like a greenish. And where it is black is you know, just around here predominantly. It's just like bam. Those three little lights just stand out. That's good. I don't think you can portray that in the model. I mean, the design, yes, but I don't think you can get that intensity. Let's look right. Okay, we've got a few more pieces there. I don't know how I feel about vehicle artwork. It just kind of comes across more like concept work or what have you, but dynamic action, motion, that works. That works well. But again, saying that, I think that might work. Again, I think this just comes down from my love of comics, to be perfectly honest, which is why I take the time. Appreciate the artwork. Because even though they're using templates for these and they're changing colours, I mean, it could be a layer thing in Photoshop and they're just changing colours, but getting the right blend of colours. People think it's an instant push of button, but actually it takes a while to manipulate. I mean, that rusting effect on the gun, you know, okay, yeah, you've applied it, but it's balanced. So you've got more intensity here than over there. Same again. Now I do like the Glooming Lords, just the literally the colour as well. It's gone black and green. Green pauldrons, normally it's always like a gold or a brass or a bronze. Looks good, but that's a variation. Problem is, I am not too keen on just painting the model black and then just doing that. I mean, if I wanted a quick army, then that's what I would do with this. I will go with this if I want something really quick. Got the Apostles of Contagion again. Not too keen on the colours. The Weeping Legion, that's closer to what I've got, but mine is something slightly different. This is a massive warped kind of manipulated marine. Looks good. There's the ship Terminus Est, Notarian, world ship, Death Guard tanks. That looks more like a Land Raider. I mean, that looks reasonable because you have perspective from a person about to be crushed, so there's action there. And it's just zooming across, it doesn't look right. See, now we've just seen this in another piece of artwork and it looks a lot better. Here it just looks, I don't know, it just looks misplaced. But everything's bursting out, and okay, Mortarian's got positioned almost like an angel and his avatars are fanning out, going to war. Apart from this guy, I don't know whether he's in awe and he's turning to look, but he needs to get his march on. Primarch's behind him. So you've got Chaos Cultist there. We've got Mortarion just handing out plagues for free. We've got the Plague Surgeon there. The Chaos Spawn even. I mean, these are, it's really nice. It's a shame that, you know, as a kid, I probably would have either tried to copy these drawings and then colour them myself, or find a way just to stick them on the wall. But there's your symbols there, your Death Guard symbols on the current date, 2016, for those. So it's been out for a while. But I think that's a nice little collector's piece, and you can use it for inspiration. You know, you could just put it on the shelf and just come back to that when you're ready. And it was nice to see that Hatchet has put this little thing together. You know, and it's obviously a combination with Games Workshop, but I think that's nice. Is it necessary to get? Well, that's, if you're a collector, then maybe you'll go for that. But I think that's nice. If I run out of ideas or if I haven't got any colours to mind, I could just go and take a quick look at this, or grab the poster they supplied. But anyway, this has been Spect. I hope you enjoyed the time going through the book with me. Definitely appreciate the time. So as always, I'll leave you to it. Have a great hobby time, and PC out.